Hello, I'm Susan, and this is Space for English. Today, we've got a special program. We are going to talk to 4 primary school teachers to find out what it is like to be an English teacher, and what can be done to help learners of English. Avui tenim un programa especial. Parlem amb 4 mestres de primària per descobrir com és ser professor d'anglès i què es pot fer per ajudar als que aprenen. Quins problemes has d'afrontar a l'hora d'ensenyar anglès?
Well, I think that identifying educational problems is a big step for improving our education system, and it is not easy. From my point of view, there are 3 main problems that we have to keep in mind. The first one is that political time, marked by elections every 4 years, is not pedagogical time. So we can't have a new law every 4 years. And quite obviously, this law has to be based on a collective agreement and not only on a political decision. Moreover, I think that the government can cut down on public resources because public resources are the base to grow up our society. And on the other hand, I want to point out on teachers' role. In terms of that we should be helpers instead of directors. We have to involve our children in their own education process. We have to provide them with meaningful learning experiences, but they have to carry on them by talking, communicating, practicing, discovering. And we have to keep in mind these 3 points. And I know that it's difficult to improve, but we have to try it.
Què poden fer la resta de professors de l'equip directiu per ajudar en l'ensenyament de l'anglès?
According to my experience, the management team would need to consider English language as a main subject, assess how important is it to teach it, and consider our strengths and weaknesses as specialists of this language. From this starting point, the management team will need to provide as many resources as possible, example paper, media, technological materials, for a wide range of learning experiences. An English classroom, a wall on the corridor to hand children's work, a section in the school magazine, blog or web, even including English traditions in a school festivals will all help to raise awarenesses throughout the school.
Què més poden fer els nens i nenes després de l'escola primària per continuar parlant en anglès?
After primary, secondary students need to continue speaking and practicing the skills they have learned. So I think that a meeting is necessary between primary and secondary teachers to coordinate better our work. Because in some high school don't focus enough on communication activities, maybe because the classes are overcrowded, so I can understand it, but I think that there are some solutions as a split big groups into small groups, to have a linguistic assistant, to listen to good models of speaking and try to speak to them in English, to participate in a changing project with foreign students who speak English, take advantage of the interest of the students and such of sports and music, and develop a project which creates the need to express their opinions, feelings, and knowledge about the topic in English. So students should grasp every opportunity they have to speak in English in and outside of the class.
Com poden ajudar a les famílies en el procés d'aprendre anglès?
Although the families of my school help me a lot with my work, they give importance to everything we do in the English class in front of their children, and they collaborate with me. For example, when the students bring a mini book about a story we did in class at home, the parents listen to them and write something at the back of the mini book in English. Then the students bring it back to me, and they are very happy about that. Although parents could encourage their children to watch TV in English, to do activities on internet at home, parents could read a simple bedtime story in English to their children, and families should watch anything the school puts on its website about English, because this makes the children very happy to see that their parents spend some time of their life watching how they speak English, and this motivates them to learn more.
Què és el que et fa gaudir d'ensenyar anglès?
Well, I think, in my opinion, teaching is a vocation rather than a job. And helping children develop emotionally, socially, intellectually is wonderful. So I wake up every day and I think I'm ready to go to school, because teaching involves a lot of things. It involves helping, guiding, laughing, learning every day, and it is very pleasing for me.
It's true that teaching English offers me something more. Through English, I have the opportunity to open my pupils' mind to a new culture, traditions, and nowadays to the world, as English has become a global language. Finally, as a third language in our education system, my job is always challenging. You must be creative, dynamic, introduce new technologies, and make a difference to children. They enjoy the variety of activities, and they learn through playing, singing, interacting, and you can see clearly their progress throughout the school years.
First of all, I want to say that I enjoy teaching because I like being with children and I like helping them to learn. In addition, I enjoy teaching English because this subject allows me to choose different motivating activities to make an interesting class. For example, you can teach English from a newspaper, online materials, textbook, to physical activities like jumping or playing. You can take advantage of any event all around the world to teach, such as cinema, sports, traditions, and festivals. Kids are usually motivated by anything that is topical. But on the other hand, if you teach English, you can't stop practicing it. You need to read, to watch films, or to speak. So it's a subject that makes you work constantly in your free time.
I enjoy teaching English because I teach a language, and this means to teach communication. The methodology I use is through a lot of different kinds of games, stories, and songs, so that the student learn this language in a context, which means that they see and listen to the same structures in different contexts, and they learn them more naturally. Moreover, teaching English is a challenge for the teacher because you have to invest a lot of time and energy until you see some good results. It's very gratifying when you walk in the corridor of your school and some students want to tell you something in English, or a pre-primary student who says, "El meu dad té a dog." Then you realize that they are learning little by little and your work is rewarded.
Next week, we will talk to the students to find out what they think about learning English. and we will show you what can go wrong when filming. We had a lot of fun. Until then, keep practicing. Goodbye. La setmana vinent parlem amb els alumnes d'anglès per saber què en pensen i també us ensenyem unes quantes pífies que ens van fer riure mentre filmàvem. Fins llavors, i no oblideu de continuar practicant i parlant. Adeu!